very truly happy and very blessed. The moment I got this offer for this script, I knew I was on something special. And the moment I came to know Sujoy is directing it, I felt the luckiest guy to be having a debut in his film, because he's, in my opinion, it's my opinion that he is one of the finest character-driven storyteller of our time, and Kahani has proved that. And this has again further cemented his position in this market. And I'm truly blessed to be in a film that has our legend, Mr. Bachchan sir, a solid actress, Taapsee, and another legend herself, Amrita ma'am, and produced by the greatest, Shah Rukh. My name cropped up when they were talking about another film called Body. It's directed by Jeetu Joseph. It stars Imran Hashmi. So that time my photos and my couple of my clips popped up, and Sunir, the big boss, the producer of Asio, suggested me for Badla. So one fine day, Priyata, my casting agent, she sent me a script, just a single scene. I don't know who was directing it or who's in the movie, just a single scene, and she asked me to audition for it. I auditioned it in 4 variations and I sent it back. In a week later, I met with Sujoy sir. That was a great moment. I was supposed to meet him at 9 o'clock. I ended up at his office at 8:30, and that poor man came running just to meet me at 8:45, 15 minutes ago. And it was really kind of him. I mean, he's such a big director, but he treated me with so much of kindness and respect. And he narrated the script to me. I was expecting more auditions, but he narrated the script to me and asked me if I wanted to be a part of the movie. And I said yes. A week later, I met with the producer, and 3 weeks later, I was in Scotland. See, I wouldn't say it's great, because for that you have to see the movie, but I would say it's got various layers, because it's a thriller film, right? So there's always going to be perspectives. It starts on the end and as perspectives of people, because at the end of the day, the climax, it's going to just take your breath away. So to that moment, you don't know what's right, who did it. So it's got a lot of perspectives. So my character goes through all the perspectives of various other characters. And so it's layered. And for you to find out which is the right one, if it's grey or victim or whatever, you have to see the movie. But I do fight with a sense of survivability and a sense of guilt. And these are one of the few of the essence of my character. It's got very good layers, and it's an amazing character to debut with. And I hope it places me as an actor in the Indian market, yeah. Anyone who's seen the movie knows she's put on a blistering performance, an amazing performance. And that scene which you're talking about is quite complicated, actually. It's got a lot of composite emotions. It's not unilateral, it's got a lot of composite emotions, both for her and for me. But then I think we did it quite well. I mean, everybody's quite talking about that scenes, because I have to give all the credit to Amrita ma'am, because she's a fantastic actress, and when you're acting with an amazing actress, I think it ups your game too. So kudos to her. She's amazing. God bless her. Well, the first time I met Mr. Bachchan sir face to face on the set was on June 10th, when Sujoy sir invited me over to the set, and I saw him at work, and it was mesmerizing. His voice, his character depth, because he's so different from Pink, if you notice, okay? In Badla and Pink, it's miles apart. And he did all this like as it becomes natural to him, and of course, because he's a legend. So while I was watching him, and I watched him for half an hour, 45 minutes, and like in another interview I told, for a moment I took a break and looked at my feet for a minute, and then I looked up and he was right in front of me. And he had a smile on his face, and he was really kind, and he welcomed me onto the set, and he wished me best of luck, and that was a moment which I'll cherish for a long, long time to come. First, I think it's this amazing experience which comes with his talent. Like, he's got this amazing idea of how he sees himself in the character, and how the audience will love him in the character. He gets really attached, his body language, it comes so naturally, and he does it without much effort. That's one thing I noticed, actually. He doesn't take much effort to get into another character. He naturally gets into it. it doesn't show that he's taking effort. It comes so like smooth, you know. I think that's one of those things of a great actor, you know. Great actor. This is one of those things I watched, but the fact that I can learn, well, that time will tell. But it's just been a true blessing to watch him one-on-one, yeah, under the same roof. Probably one in a billion. So I feel truly blessed and lucky. Yeah. See, Taapsee has worked down south, and I am coming from south, so we have something of a common thing, because she knows exactly how it is to go and work in a different industry with a different language, and I was going through the same process. So she's been able to help me out in a lot, and also most importantly, be very understanding. The fact that, you know, the kind of problems and obstacles that I have, and that helped a lot in our process of acting together. And as you know, she is extremely dedicated to this thing. I mean, she may talk a lot, but then she is very dedicated to her scenes, and she's a very strong woman, and I thoroughly enjoyed working with her, because working with her helped me get better too, right? So because it's give and take as far as two actors are concerned, and as you can see from the scenes, it's come out beautifully. There's a lot of Hindi in the in the film, but saying that, the first few days was very difficult, because I've been away from 5 to 6 years. I haven't spoken Hindi at all for so many years, and I'm coming from South, so I'm not from a Hindi belt. So it's a very dialogue-intensive thriller, if you know. So the first few days was difficult, but once I started working and knowing the fact that I'm going to be acting alongside Bachchan sir, who's known for his amazing capability to speak the language, I was on my toes, and we spent around 6 to 7 to 8 hours every day. I spent with script supervisor and diction teachers just to get it perfect. And by the grace of God, I'm really happy that I managed it. And yeah, at the end of the day, I'm happy with the final product, and everybody who's watching the movie is giving the same feedback. So yeah. Well, each one of these careers is something which I never intend to take. I mean, modeling was something I had no intention, but I was in a engineering college, and I didn't enjoy doing engineering very much. So that prompted me to be a model, and I did quite well for 10 years for myself. I'm quite happy with what I did. And after that, while I was thinking of my next step after modeling, something of a short film happened where I was just to show my face. But when I showed my face, they gave me a dialogue and another dialogue and another dialogue, and it became 3 scenes, and that 3 scenes did well. And from there, I got a launch in another Malayalam movie by a very good director, Jeetu, who directed Drishyam, another blockbuster. And from there, it got me to Badla. So I would never say I planned this all years back. I wish I would have been out of my mind if somebody told me like a year back I would be in a film with Mr. Bachchan sir, but everything just happens, and this is a proof that good things can happen in life. Why not? Shah Rukh, I haven't got a chance to meet Shah Rukh sir, so I was actually looking forward to meeting him in Scotland, but it didn't happen so, and even at the screening too. So that's one of those little sad things I have going on, but I'm sure at some point, maybe for the success event or something of Badla, maybe I get to see the great man. But I think Shah Rukh is on a very strategic level as far as production is concerned, on a very macro strategic level. So I've never had the opportunity, the luck or the opportunity to have interacted with him. Most of the interactions were on a tactical level with my immediate producers, people who are working for the production house, and my creative team and my director. So I know one thing, that everybody who's involved in Badla is truly blessed that he's decided to take this film under his wings and market this film, because everybody knows he and Red Chillies is one of the prime example of marketing, film marketing in today's world in this country. See, my mother takes a great interest in my movies and my career, a little too much sometimes. So I will always do any genre which she can see, and which she can see without cringing, you know. So I'm open to any genre. I am very thankful to Sujoy to place me in today's time as an actor. I've come in a film that exploits the true essence of acting. This film that has no songs much, it has no kung fu, it has no dance numbers, nothing. It's pure essence of acting of top quality actors who have put on a performance, and as a result the movie is doing well. And this movie will place me as an actor. And as an actor, as a working actor, I'm open to all kind of genres, because in the last 1 year I have worked in 5 to 6 characters, and by the blessing of God, if you put all those characters in one single frame, you will not know that it's the same person. So I have experienced all kind of essence and thing, and I think today after this movie I have the kind of confidence to say yes to any kind of genre, provided I can show it to my mother and I can do it really well. She's going to do that when I get back home, because I'm here right now talking to you, ma'am. See, I always depend on the movie that just come out of mine to get further work. But like I said, I don't have a branding as an actor yet. So the last film got me Badla, and I'm sure now that our film is doing really well and my performance is accepted, I'm sure it's going to open a lot of channels. Right now I'm talking with a web series which is of an international nature, and if everything is okayed, then I might get a chance to share screen presence with some amazing actors on a very international platform.